guys, Taylor and Taylor Lautner are here. Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm so excited.
So are we.
We have to talk. I know that it's like so like whatever already, but like you are Taylor and Taylor Lautner.
Yes.
We are.
Wait, what's the most like annoying part about having the same name?
That's a good question. Our taxes were kind of annoying.
Taxes.
Even though I think it's hard because his, like, if I go, like, his middle initial is D. So, like, it's like, if it's Taylor D.
Wait, what's your middle name?
Daniel, my dad's name.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so.
There's just a lot of same letter with the name.
Yeah.
Going on, but
now she's TRL. That's fun.
What's your middle name?
Renee.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I love that name.
After my Nana.
Okay, so Taylor and Taylor Lautner, but so do you go Taylor and Tay? Taylor for boy, Tay for girl.
Yeah, or boy Tay, girl Tay.
I know.
Not about yourselves.
No, I don't.
No,
Or
we don't call each other that.
No.
But our friends did just like start calling us boy Tay and girl Tay.
Oh
and
my God.
it's honestly, it's gotten to a point where our friends just call us boy and girl.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And even when we're not like together, we'll be with, a group of our friends. It's just like me, and they'll just call me boy.
No, you're joking, man.
Not joking.
Or if I'm with the girls, they're like, what does boy Tay think? Or what's boy Tay up to?
How did that happen? Who came up with this?
Yeah, who do we
Like
have to
a
blame for that?
7-year-old? Like, boy Tay?
I honestly think it came from when we moved like a few years back. I just started writing boy and girl on the boxes of like clothes because I was like, how are we gonna easiest girl boy done.
Yeah.
So that may have been where it came
Maybe
from.
it was our fault.
Yeah, we did it to ourselves.
You did it to yourselves.
We could have I think we also started like signing like cards. Like I feel like maybe I just do that now, but I know like to our friends I sign a card like boy Tay.
Yeah.
What if you really lean in and name your baby?
We've talked about it.
No, you haven't.
Not seriously.
Oh, okay. Just for like some really breaking news. Like that would break the internet.
Yeah.
You know?
We joke about if it's a boy, we would name him Taylor and call him TJ. Or Taylor Jr.
Oh my God. I feel like you're half joking is what I'm sensing.
TJ could be pretty epic.
Oh my God. You guys are serious. You guys are serious. Maybe you would.
Maybe.
No,
But we'll see.
We definitely wouldn't. But the idea is great.
But the idea is cute.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember, like, it is nostalgic for me because I remember the day that I found out that you guys were dating and that, like, Taylor Lautner is dating a girl named Taylor.
Yep.
And she's a nurse.
What could
and a
be.
normie.
Yes.
Back in the day. Back in the dizzle. Total normie. And I remember thinking it was, like, such an adorable meet cute, you know?
Yeah.
It's either adorable or very cringe.
What, the Taylor and Taylor?
Yeah. Depends how you look at it.
Yeah, but also like the fact that you were dating somebody like not in the industry and that she's a nurse, which is like such an amazing profession that you're like RIP.
Yeah.
You don't nurse
I
anymore?
keep up with my license, but I don't work in the hospital anymore because I like worked through COVID and got really burnt out.
Wow. What like floor were you on?
So I started as a cardiac nurse and then we changed to COVID. So we were like
you were like COVID
an actual
floor.
COVID floor, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You weren't together at that time.
We were.
You were dating.
Yeah. We started
Scary.
dating while she was in nursing school.
Yeah.
And then she graduated nursing school and was thrown into the hospital like a few months after COVID started.
Were you wearing full hazmat situation? Were you like when you get home like shower, disinfect, or I'm not coming near you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, at first that's what we all were doing when we would go to a grocery store.
Right, exactly. Everyone was doing it even if you weren't a nurse.
Groceries
and well, it's funny because at first, because I'd
break up with you, Probs. I'd be like, this is too much. It's not only like you're a nurse, but you're a nurse in the COVID unit.
Yeah. And when COVID first started, because I have asthma, and so he was like, "You're not going. Like, you're literally not leaving. I'm going to the grocery store. Like, you are not leaving the house."
And then she gets thrown into being a COVID nurse.
Oh my God! Did you get it at that point?
Yeah, like the funny story.
I didn't get it from working. You're like so well protected in like all of your gowns and stuff. Obviously, if you're not careful and clean, then you can. But it's ironic because I didn't get it working, but I got it visiting him on set.
Stop. A set of what?
This was a movie I did called Home Team for Netflix, and she visited me, which was it was like on Memorial Day weekend. You were going to be there for 3 days.
Where was it?
New Orleans.
And it was probably back when they like tested everyone when you came in and the whole
Yeah,
thing.
every couple days. Or was it every morning or every couple days? And she just got there and I started feeling sick. And then I tested positive.
Oh, shit.
And then she did. And she got stuck there for 2 weeks. And we both had to quarantine in my hotel room
in New Orleans
for 2 weeks.
And we both like lost our smell and taste during that time.
Oh my God.
And it was cause Taylor was like 2 days ahead of me. So he lost his smell and 2 days later I did. And then he lost his taste. And then I was like, oh no, it's just like this impeding doom.
Did it come back?
Yeah. I think
fully?
Mine took a little. Yeah, I think I fully. I mean, I guess I don't really know the difference now, but I think mine took a little bit longer because I was like.
Did you infect anyone else on set?
Thankfully, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because before we knew, we did like we were with a group, but thankfully, no.
Wait, so 2 weeks in the hotel room, couldn't leave?
Yeah.
The hotel room.
Yeah.
Was it a suite at least?
I mean,
or was it like a?
Yeah, not a.
Like, did it have
not
a separate
large
like
suite.
Living room?
There was a little living room in the bedroom.
Wait, how long were you dating at that point?
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So long
2
enough
years.
that it would like you could sustain.
Yeah.
That situation.
It was definitely like a mental test though because it was just so frustrating.
I don't know if I feel like I would have probably like broken the code.
I know.
You know, like because you hear these stories of these quarantine situations of you guys had each other, which is like a good thing.
I would have died
alone
there. If I had to do that alone by myself, it would have been. Oof, I don't know how I would have made it out.
Was it a lot of room service?
Yeah, I mean, just that, or like post-mating, and then they just like drop it. I think someone from the hotel would drop it outside, and we just like grab it.
Yeah, that's what was hard. Is like, and also, like we both eat pretty healthy too, and it's a little hard to like find like good like healthy food there. So I guess it was for us on Postmates.
A lot of TV shows watched.
A lot of TV shows.
Did you blame him? Were you like, you gave this to me and fuck me?
I mean,
she's like,
I still to this day blame the girl that gave me COVID.
People, people get really,
though.
yeah. I mean,
it fucked me up though. Like it fucked up my gut. Like I really felt like I know the time, like after I got COVID, like my gut started being messed up. Like people, like I wouldn't care about just being sick for a week, but but back then it was like people were getting tested. It was a podcast guest, by the way. People were getting tested. So it was like, oh, you would hear somebody a little sick and be like, are you okay? And they'd be like, yeah, I got tested. It's fine. It's probably just, and you're like, not going to start asking them about incubation periods, but you're like, okay, the fact that you got tested today doesn't mean you don't have it, you know? But then they gave it to me. You know who you are.
Was it rough?
So it wasn't a rough COVID.
Okay.
It was a rough, like to this day, like my gut has
recovery.
issues because of, because I feel, and I know I'm like, wow, if I look at the dates and add up everything, like everything really changed after COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. When I got it from him, he was like fine. After his 14 days, he hopped back on the elliptical and was like working out. But I was out of it for like 2 months. I like literally was out of work, had to go on disability. Like
what?
The whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Her like energy levels.
And during that time, you didn't want to like kill him? Wait, you got it from somewhere though.
I did get it from somewhere.
But you don't know like who?
Because like at this time we were making this film, you weren't really allowed to do too much.
Yeah.
So the only place I was going was the hotel gym, in set.
Yeah.
So
so you're like, maybe I got it like at the gym.
The gym is my only guess.
Yeah.
Because we weren't like going
working
out
out is
to
bad for you, everybody.
Right?
Working out is really bad for you.
So bad.
You heard it here.
Wait, Taylor. So, Boy Taylor, I'm leaning in. Boy Taylor, what's happening with the acting stuff? Like, I heard that did you like formally announce you're taking a little break, step back from it?
No,
or not really.
I never formally announced I was, because I think I never even had this like one single moment where I was like, I need to step back, and I like call my agents and managers.
Right.
And like, I'm taking a break. That never happened. it was more gradual in just realizing slowly, you know, I would be presented with these opportunities, and my agents and managers would be calling me, emailing me about stuff. And I just, I noticed that I wasn't wanting to do anything. I kept just making excuses for why I didn't want to
Like
do
nothing
anything.
excited you.
And then it took me, and this is after we got, we were together and we both started both of our mental health journeys at the same time. And that is when I realized, okay, you know what? I need to like be honest with my agents and managers and just let them know, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I'm feeling guilty because I feel like I'm wasting people's time. So I guess maybe that was my version of the official like phone call to
Wait,
them.
so did you tell them stop sending me auditions?
I think I said, unless it's something groundbreaking
Really?
that I need to hear about, I think I'm going to focus on myself right now.
Wow.
So I think that's...
And when was that? What year was that?
19? Yeah, 2019,
Yeah?
like right before COVID.
And since then, have they presented you with like something groundbreaking?
So I would say over the next few years, like 19, 20, 21, 22, is when, I started working on myself and who Taylor is outside of the actor. Because, I started acting when I was 8 years old, and I never really stopped. So it just felt like I missed out on so much normal life.
Yeah.
That I wanted to catch up a bit. And also, everything I went through, I think just took its toll and I never really addressed. So it was just time for me to address some things and focus on other things in life. And then, I would say within the last year or so, I, feel like I'm in a great, healthy place and I'm excited to jump back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I'm have some exciting things coming up.
Oh, cool.
It's a bit. It's exciting and scary all at the same time.
Yeah. It's like a comeback vibe.
We'll see.
Wait,
girl,
were you part of this like thought process with him? Like, did you talk it through together? Like, maybe you should step back. Maybe this isn't making you happy.
It's interesting because I think it was kind of an unspoken thing.
Yeah.
We didn't have like a sit down conversation about it, but I could just sense it in him. And I think, him at that point, we'd been together for like a year or two. And him, like me, obviously coming from a normal background, like him getting to like experience things that I like do in my everyday life, I think he was just really like eye-opening for him to see like friends coming over, us going to movies, us like...
Wait, when you met, it was what, 20?
Basically beginning of 18.
And at that point, it was like craziness with you. Like,
not height,
right?
Twilight
Not the height
craziness, but I was still working.
Yeah.
Like, we met and we dated for 3 weeks, and then I was like, I have to go to London to film a show.
Yeah.
And then we, did like long distance FaceTimes to kind of start our relationship as I was working.
Wait, your sister,
my sister
introduced both of you.
Yeah.
Tell me how that happened.
They were like new friends.
From where?
Very weird, but
it is a crazy
we're
coincidence.
technically from when he moved to LA from Michigan, that his family moved to the same like town that I'm from.
Wait, they moved, they moved for you, for your career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it helped because my dad was a commercial airline pilot, so he was able to just like transfer bases.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
you're like, they didn't make that much of a sacrifice,
right? I'm like, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Okay, so you moved from Michigan.
Yeah.
Were you had beginnings of acting stuff?
Yeah, I started. Yeah, so my early life, martial arts, karate was my world. I would, travel once a month to a different tournament. I was a 4-time world champion. That martial arts was my life. My karate instructor also was the Blue Power Ranger. And
Dying.
Yep.
He loves sharing that detail.
It's
Like,
first of all,
it's a
I have a
great
boy,
detail.
and he's like, people are gonna at me because he's like not even 4, but like he started with Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, damn, this is a little violent. When we're rewatching this, like, pretty early, I think. That it's an important anecdote. So he was also the Blue Power Ranger.
He was also the Blue Power Ranger, and he was the one initially who was like, have you ever considered acting? I'm 8 years old. So, of course, I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get like an A on my next spelling test.
Yeah.
But he kept like kind of not pushing that agenda, but he just like
saw something.
And eventually he was like, I tell you what, like, just come out to LA one summer. You and your whole family stay with me, at my house. I'll get you an agent. You can go on some auditions and see what you think. If you don't like it.
So wild.
Yeah.
I feel like actors' stories are always so wild.
Yeah.
Like the Blue Power Ranger just ups and offers you.
Yeah, an agent.
Which is so hard. Like now I know this. Like it's such a what's it called? Like chicken before the egg. Like you want an agent so you can do stuff, but you need to do stuff before you have an agent. But how can you get stuff without having it's unless you have like a referral or somebody. So Blue Power Ranger had enough connects to get you an agent.
To get me in the door with an agency.
And your family was down with this summer plan.
They were down with the summer plan.
Yeah.
So we did the summer plan. I didn't book anything. I don't even know if I got like a call back, but we go back home to Michigan. And my parents sit me down and they're like, what'd you think? And I was like, I loved that. That was super fun. And they were like, okay, do you want to like continue doing it? And I'm like, yeah. So for a few years we did it from Michigan, and we would literally fly from Michigan to Los Angeles for a single Burger King commercial. Like a crazy.
But like to audition, because there were no Zoom auditions then.
Yeah, you had to go in person. So we would fly from across the country for a 5-minute audition and then go right back. Did that for a few years.
So who would take you? Because you have a sister.
Yeah.
Obviously, so you needed to stay with her.
Yeah, my dad.
Your dad would take you.
And he also, because he could non-rev. That's the only way we were able to do it. What's
a non-rev?
You essentially get to fly for free if you're a pilot. If the flight isn't fully booked, then they'll put you somewhere on it.
Okay. Oh, that really worked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started doing this and you liked even the process, like the commercial auditioning, everything.
Yeah, I liked the process at the beginning. And then I started like booking little things here and there when we still lived in Michigan. But after it was like after 2 or 3 years, my parents were like, this is exhausting. We can't do this anymore. It's ridiculous. But they were so supportive. They were like, if you want to keep doing this, we have to move to LA. And
you were like, okay.
I love that they were we're going to have to do this. I'm 11 at the time, and I'm like, sounds like a commitment.
I'm like, so shook. I literally begged my mom for shit like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. And she was like, no.
Yeah. No, I don't know how they did it. I don't have kids, but I can't picture doing that.
Like being so proactive about.
I mean, like your 11-year-old kid wants to become a movie star.
And also doesn't sound like you were like obsessed. You were like it was like fun for you.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just like I had like martial arts, I had football, baseball, and like acting.
Yeah.
Like it was just another like sport or thing for me.
Yeah. So they up and moved the family to LA.
Yeah. And
was your sister down, or did she?
She was 5.
Oh, okay.
So
imagine the sister was like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Then your family sounds like they're accommodating, or like she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do it.
Tore the family apart.
Yeah. So you all moved, and you're saying, cut to 20 years later.
Mm-hmm. Cut to, they end up moving to the same like city that I'm from, and then we his sister's a year younger than me. We went to like rival high schools, and I knew who she was.
Rival.
Yeah.
Like in the sports?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. I'm from New York City. We don't have rival high schools.
Oh, yes.
It's like a whole thing.
Yeah,
it's
there's
interesting.
like 4. Technically, there's more, but there's like 4 main like high schools, and they're all like rivals in some way with some
sport or
Yeah.
like in the same
competition.
valley.
in the same valley.
Yeah.
And so I knew who she was, but we weren't friends. But my best friend and her knew each other from volleyball. They ended up going to school in Nashville for college, and they become friends, roommates. And then I go to visit my friend and officially meet her there. So it's kind of weird that we technically lived in the same like city but never met. But I met her when
In Nashville.
yeah.
And what she thought, this girl seems perfect for my brother.
I guess.
Yeah?
I literally got a phone call from her saying she said these words. She's like, I think I met your future wife.
No.
Yeah. And I'm thinking she's crazy at the time. One, my little baby sister is never going to set me up with the love of my life.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then 2, I mean, okay, sure. Maybe somebody, I date for a little bit, but I'm definitely not going to marry them.
Yeah.
So I didn't have high hopes at first.
But she was like, I need to work on this, like on getting a first date going.
She said, throw a game night, because I would throw game nights at my house. She's like, throw a game night, invite me and some of my friends, and I'll bring Tay, and she'll just be one of my friends, and it can organically happen.
Did you know, girl Tay, that she was the Taylor Lautner's sister?
I mean,
like you
yeah,
put
I
that.
knew
Yeah. Was that any like, ooh?
No.
Truly?
Yeah, and I also didn't know like of the setup. I just gotten out of a relationship, and also I'm a girl's girl, and so like this is my new friend. I'm not gonna like even remotely have her like think that I'm using her to like
to get to her brother.
Yeah, so I was like, it was so far like not a thought
at
all.
So she didn't clue you into what she was telling him?
Correct.
No.
Really?
She was just like, come over for a game night, and me and my best friend, she texted both of us, and we were like, it's a little weird that she's like inviting me over because I'd only met her once.
Right.
And she's so
You're like,
protective
damn.
of Taylor. So I was like, she must know that I'm like fine. Like I'm not weird or like I'm chill.
Yeah, you're honestly the only person on earth she would have like done that for.
And did you click that night?
I mean,
we definitely had good chemistry, but I just like was not.
She was just thinking I was being nice and getting along with my sister's friend.
Our chemistry was the most, also because that was kind of when we most talked, because you had your friends over too. But when we were playing like the game, we were just like on the same page the entire time. We were playing like running charades, and we like were just very like on key.
Yeah, that's
what was your house like at that point? Was it like a
bachelor pad?
Like, yeah?
Yeah. It was my first house that I lived in.
Was it in like West Hollywood vibes?
No, it was a bit outside, quieter. I've always been in like quieter areas, but total bachelor
like
pad.
Lived alone.
Yeah.
Were you bachelor pad vibes at that time? Were you like going out, dating, bringing girls back?
I was more like my friends would come visit me on the weekend and just like stay with me all weekend, and then we would invite like a bunch of people over, and we would go out sometimes and then come back to the house. But
like your friends from back home,
from LA,
from LA,
but that had like normal jobs like Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
But, like Friday after work, they would come and stay with me all weekend, and we threw some fun nights there for sure.
Wait, so when did you guys end up taking it to the next level? Were there more game nights?
There were more
game nights.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at New Year's was when I finally swooped in.
Yeah.
And she's going to laugh because she says that she was the one to actually make the move.
Wait, what happened New Year's? You were at the same party?
It was at his house.
Oh, damn. Party central.
Yeah.
So New Year's party at Taylor's. You come. Oh, did you go in for a midnight kiss?
I was trying to.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't look at me when the ball dropped.
Why were you doing that to not make eye contact?
Well, I just like, it's actually really funny because my dad was the one that was like, he likes you. And my dad never like would tell me things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, no, he doesn't like me. Like, no. He's like, no, he's into you.
How did your dad know?
See, that's the thing. I just
wait. Did you told your parents like everything?
Well, I told them I was like, they knew where I was still living at home.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No. They knew I was going over there, but I think I had like got like Taylor put his number in my phone, and my dad was like, oh, I think he's into you. And then I cut like a week later, he'd followed me on Instagram, and my dad was like, he likes you. And I was like, Dad, what do you? I don't know what grounds he had to stand on. He knew, apparently.
I mean, I don't think a ton of people ask for their like little siblings, friends' numbers,
right?
And just like text with them during the day.
I also don't have a sibling, so I wouldn't know. But I was also told that Taylor, I mean, also his personality, he's just so kind to everyone.
Right.
So I was like, oh, maybe he's just nice.
Yeah. So you tried to go in for the kiss. She wouldn't look at you.
Yeah, I was standing directly behind her. Yeah. And at this point, I mean, we were being a bit touchy because I was literally playing with your hair but standing directly behind her.
You do that with some other people too.
Still to this day?
Well,
this is, we're going back here.
This is weird. I like playing with people's hair.
It's true. Ever since I was a baby, I my mom tells the story where I was like an infant and I reached up and I would twirl her hair and get it stuck in my finger like as a baby. And then I like developed this thing where like I just became, it like soothed me, like the idea of twisting hair. So I would twirl my mom's hair and my sister's hair. So yeah, I don't do that to strangers.
Like, no, you don't do it to strangers.
I don't even do it to my mom or sister anymore.
Yeah. You're like, sometimes?
If you're by them. It's endearing though.
Yeah, it doesn't give you the ick.
Oh, no. No.
Because I could see how that would definitely happen.
No, if anything, it sometimes gives me the ick to get off of me. Not the ick though. If I'm concentrating on something and he starts pulling it, I'm like,
yeah, it just like can be annoying to you.
Yeah.
Like you can be touched out.
Yeah.
It's definitely annoying.
Wait, so when he started following you though, he was like verified. Probably at the time. Not many verified followers you had. None. So that was exciting. I mean, let's give the blue check a moment that it deserved, you know?
Yeah.
So was he the first person in the industry that you ever like dated, even flirted with? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure that had like some excitement to it, like beyond being into him as a person and he's nice and he's cute, but it's like, that is like an exciting like thing.
You would think.
But no, but she's seriously no.
She's too cool. Like, and I mean it in the best way, but she just is so unbothered by anything. Like, and she was a diehard Twilight fan.
Right.
I was.
Still no excitement. I feel like she's playing the game till this day. She'll never break.
Right?
She's taking it to the grave that she like didn't care.
Trust me, I've thought about it.
I feel like if maybe, I mean, I don't know, because I'm still like that with like other
Wait, diehard Twilight fan and didn't excite you to be at Taylor Lautner's house, Jacob, for like parties on end.
I think I was probably like excited, but I was never like, oh my gosh, I'm going to a celebrity's house.
Really?
It's just like not my.
And she never acted that way. I mean,
you were obsessed with the movie, not the actors?
You
were Team Edward, right?
I was, but I also loved the books too. Like I read the books too. I was the book before the movie.
Oh, you were the book before the movie.
Yeah.
Did you have posters on your wall, like, of stuff?
I probably did. I mean, I had Justin Bieber posters.
I just want to say, Regina here had Jacob posters.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife sure didn't. So
yeah.
I appreciate it, Regina.
I have Team Jacob shirts now.
Now you do.
Now
I do.
Yeah.
That is such a crazy.
But it's true. She's not lying because.
You're like, I've thought about it. I've done the research.
I have. I'm like, are you just trying to be cool? But after we started dating, we would like hang out with other celebrities.
Oh, and she didn't.
And when she would meet other people, like, you know, she met Kristen shortly after we started dating. She met Justin Bieber. Like,
who was on your wall?
Could care. Yeah,
wait,
exactly.
Really? Girl Tay. What do you mean you could care less? Justin Bieber.
It's more of like a oh, that's really cool. Like, I'm excited, and like, you know, even to this day, like I'm like, you know, I was texting with someone that I'm like, I would never have their phone number in my entire life, and like, it's just crazy that it's I don't know. I'm like, I'm more of like I'm very grateful for all of it.
Yeah.
But
She's just not a fangirly.
You're not
type
fangirly
of person.
Wait, so who got the most fangirliness out of you? Like, what celeb did you meet that like got you like you're like, oh, the heart is puttering a bit?
who do you think? I know. I'm trying to think.
You don't know?
Who?
Do you
No,
know?
I don't. I
Boite?
don't know.
Oh,
No, I mean,
maybe I haven't met them yet.
Really? So who's cooler next to celebs? Like big celebs, you or you?
Her.
Wait, she is.
especially if they're like,
Athletes.
if they're an athlete,
What?
I'm the most
That's-
awkward.
I think that's
person
when
on
we
the
both
planet.
Oh,
get
you're
excited.
the awkward one, and you don't
Yes.
care. Do you know like sports?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you know you just don't get excited, and you.
I'm
Who? Like who?
so ridiculous.
I probably wouldn't even know them.
Anybody, but the worst I ever was. I'm from Michigan.
Yeah.
So the Detroit Lions are my football team, and Matthew Stafford was the quarterback for us for like 15 years. Then he got traded and moved to the Rams, so now he's in LA. But we were at a restaurant one night in LA, and him and his wife were sitting at another table, and he doesn't have Instagram, but me and his wife are Instagram friends, and we've talked before. And I was geeking out, but we finished eating, we were getting ready to leave, and I was just gonna jet out of there, but she was like, no, you have to go say hi. And I was like, I don't think I can do it. And she's like, you literally know his wife, like
Yeah.
just go say hi
Taylor-
to her, and then you can meet him.
Taylor has this thing, which I think is why, because he's so chill, as I think that helps. Like, obviously, if you were like going to all these parties, doing things, like if we were doing that, then I would maybe be more like excited. But you're just so like,
Are you shy, Boite?
he thinks that people don't know who he is. Like, he's gonna go up to someone and be like, they don't know who I am. I'm
Okay,
like,
but they don't have to know who you are to say hi.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
that's
it's a
another
bit
good
of
point.
I think it's both.
But here you did know the wife, but also you could come up just as a fan.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you're shy to do that.
Yeah, I think I also know what it feels like to get
Yeah.
bothered in a moment that you don't want to. And he was on a date with his wife.
Wait, so did you force him?
She did.
And are you happy that did you get a pic?
I didn't get a pic,
What?
but no. Since then, we're
okay.
very friendly now.
Okay.
I was with him weekend before last,
Yeah.
but this was a couple years ago, and I did this thing which haunts me to this day. I started, like, he got up and he was super excited to see me, and I was like, this is crazy. Matthew Stafford knows who I am. Like, this is my dream. But I'm talking to him, and I'm so nervous, I start stretching. I literally am looking him in the
Yeah.
eyes talking, and
doing
I
what?
I spread my legs.
He's like stretching, like leaning, like
Oh my
side to
God.
side.
Start like bending over, like
I
And
hope
I'm
it-
like looking at him from across the, because I like walked and he like stayed. I just was like letting him have his moment, and I'm watching him from across the restaurant, and I'm like, oh no,
what is he doing?
stop
Oh no,
doing
Oh
go
my
save him.
God. like stress stretching.
Yeah.
it's like just stress.
I hope you weren't with shorts.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was wearing, but I've done it more. It's like when I get nervous, I start stretching in front of
It's
people.
just like this.
That
weird-
is
He's
so
not like
funny.
touching his toes, but it's just like a wide stance that he just like
Oh my God.
moves
Like a
his
swivel
die.
of the hip. It's so bizarre.
Oh my God.
So if I've ever done that to anybody listening, I apologize.
then
It
you
means
know
it
that-
means I'm very excited to talk to you.
Aw, so I'm a little offended. No stretching here. So you guys got married pretty young. Both of you are not even 30 yet, right? You're 30.
Yeah, I'm 32.
You're 32. You're not 30.
No. Yeah, she's
It's hard for me still to, because you were born in the 90s.
92.
Yeah, it's hard for me to like realize that people born in the
I
90s
know.
can be over 30.
I
Yeah.
know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you are. But
I
you're
am.
not,
She's
girl
not.
Tay.
No.
You're not. So you got married when you were 27.
5. She's
Okay.
yeah.
27 now.
Wow, that's young, especially in America, you know?
Yeah. There you go.
yeah,
You hear that?
we've been together for 4 years.
Before he proposed.
Yeah, I proposed at 4. We got married at 5.
Did she want to? Did you know that she wanted to get married?
Yeah.
Oh, there were like hints and things.
Yeah, they weren't like aggressive, but she definitely let
So
me
why
know.
did you want to so bad, Taylor?
I've always wanted to be like a wife and a mom.
Yeah.
Growing up, that was like always what I think, because I'm an only child, so I was like, I want like, and also that's just my personality. Like I think like my nursing background, like I'm just like I love like nurturing people. So that was definitely something I wanted, but it was kind of crazy like meeting Taylor. I was like, oh, like I'm actually like this is the first relationship that I'm like really like comfortable in, and I don't feel the need to like have to take that next step. At like year 3, I was like, okay, this would be nice to like get going on.
And Taylor, Boy Tay, did that freak you out, or were you so sure of it that?
I was definitely sure of it, but it did scare me.
Like marriage wasn't as important to you, maybe.
I think big decisions. I mean, I don't want to speak
That's
for you.
true.
Big decisions, like even when we've moved, he's like, he like doesn't want to make
stresses out.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no, let's do it.
Any major change in my life is very scary to me.
Because you talked a little bit before about mental health, and I know, Girl Tay, you just said you spoke at Selena Gomez's Rare Foundation event about mental health. So both of you, can you tell me what you struggle with? Is it anxiety? Is it depression?
Yeah, I mean, from working during COVID, I developed like severe PTSD and depression. From that. So yeah, it's kind of just like trickles down. I feel like that's like.
Was that your first experience with it?
Yeah, I grew up with a lot of like mental health struggles around me. I had a lot of family members that like struggled with addiction. I lost a close friend of mine. He had bipolar during a manic episode. He took his life. So I've like been around a lot of mental health stuff, but I never personally like really dealt with it until what I went through from working. So,
and what about you, Boy Tay?
I don't really know. I mean, I mean, we say this on our podcast all the time. Like, we're not experts in mental health. It's new to us. This journey, our mental health journey, only started for us in the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just kind of still ascending on that journey and learning a lot about myself.
Like you didn't know that you were even dealing with anything?
Yeah,
kind of thing?
I think I grew up with the mentality, if anything feels wrong, just like put a Band-Aid over it or push it down, sweep it under the rug, keep charging along. I think that was always my mentality. And in the last few years, I've just become more aware of things. And when you start noticing something, being like, okay, I should not sweep it under the rug. I should start talking about it. I should go see my therapist. I should talk with my wife, talk with my friends, talk with my family about things. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at, is just like trying to talk about things more.
Because you've noticed that the Band-Aid thing doesn't work.
Absolutely not.
Like it came up later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was a big like isolator. And I mean, that probably has something to do with, what I went through early on in my life with, fame and stuff. But
was that traumatizing for you? Because you said that a couple times. Like you talk about it like not in the brightest light. Like when you say I went through it in a negative way?
No. At the time when I was going through it, it was but I was so young. Like,
how old were you?
I was 16 in the first Twilight movie.
Yeah.
So Twilight for me was like 16 through 20.
Yeah. Those are some years.
And everything was exciting at that time. Even when you left the house and there was 12 paparazzi cars, waiting to follow you around all day, it felt exciting and like people cared about you. But I think, the dangerous part with that is once that goes away a little bit, you start to really question your self-worth and realize that you're putting your self-worth in the wrong places. And I think that's what happened with me. I mean, I think a lot of things happened. But yeah, one thing is like, when you're so young and that was the life you were given.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it slows down a bit. You're like, am I a failure?
Yeah.
Does anybody care about me? Do people love me?
Yeah.
were people using me because a
Right.
lot of people disappeared, and it just makes you question a lot of things. So I think as soon as I started questioning things, I shut down, I put walls up, and I would like barely leave my house.
Wow.
So I think just like isolation and loneliness were the biggest things for me, because I was
And
just
also
like,
you were so like, I mean, with women, it's more of a subject that people talk about, right? About like being sexualized and stuff. But you were pretty sexualized at 16.
yeah,
Like you had to be, wait, for the first movie, you weren't ripped and stuff, right?
correct. Yeah, first
Okay.
one
So,
I was the little skinny, scrawny
okay.
boy.
So it wasn't as like Jacob posters with like abs at that
Yeah,
point.
that wasn't until
That
New
wasn't
Moon.
until later, but you were still young to be experiencing.
Yeah, I
all
was
those
17
things.
in New Moon. Yeah, and that's a whole other issue. But yeah, that became a problem too that I've had to address is, body image issues. Because same thing, you're 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. It's much easier to look like a perfect chiseled werewolf.
Right.
And then, time goes by, you start to age. It's more difficult to keep that physique. And then you start, reading comments and articles online, just criticizing you. And at first it really got to my head. And so much so that I wouldn't leave the house because I
Wow.
didn't want people to see me, because I was ashamed of how I looked, that I don't look the same way anymore. So that was another journey for me.
And are you at a better place with that today?
Much.
Okay, good.
I won't sit here and say I don't, struggle with it at all. I definitely do, but much, much better place.
Well, it's really nice also to hear men talk about it, because I feel like with women, like we've started the conversation, right?
Yeah.
And with men, it's always like you kind of assume they don't deal with it for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So it's really important that you talk about it. And you talk about it on your podcast, The Squeeze. You both have a podcast together.
Yes.
So everybody go listen. And they're now with Dear Media.
Yes.
Which is super
Very
exciting. So
exciting.
welcome to the fam.
Thank you.
And Girl Tay, you have another pod, no? That you do on your own?
No,
No?
just the Squeeze for us.
Just the Squeeze. I could not do another one.
Oh. Gina made something up. No prob. Wait, I have to ask you
Snip,
something
snip.
that I was thinking, because when Kristen Stewart was here and we brought up the Where You Been Loca, because I was going crazy.
Yes.
She actually said there was another cringy line that she had to say, because that was your line, obviously.
Yep, that was my tough one.
But she wait,
Oh, I remember, because I watched her on your show. By the way, I mean, so cool that she felt comfortable enough to do that with you.
yeah.
'Cause I've known her for a while. And you would just like handled that with so much class.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, I love her to death. So seeing her like bust out of her shell and have such, so much fun with
That's
you
so cool.
was
Thank
really
you.
cool. So I did watch and listen to it. And yeah, it was the biceps,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hey biceps
Hey,
or something.
biceps.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys, and she said that she remembered feeling the cringiness at the time in a couple scenes. Do you remember with the Where You Been Loca, for example, that it was cringy to do or no?
What's bizarre about that line is I don't even remember that
Yeah.
line.
By the way, huge Twilighter here. Don't remember it either.
No,
Same.
like where did
No,
it
when
come
it
from?
Like,
started
how do
like
these
coming
TikTok
up,
people find this?
No.
shit?
Seriously.
I would have friends like send it to me. I think the first time we saw it was like at music festivals, like at raves. Like it would like someone would use it. That was
They
the
made
first
it
time.
like a-
DJs would make like a remix out of it, and they would
Oh
put like
my-
a photo of me with my long hair like on their giant screens
Yeah.
at like a huge festival.
We got sent it and we were like, wait,
like,
what
what?
is this line? And we like did research and had to go back and look and we were like, oh my gosh.
It's
they
like
actually
on
said that.
TikTok, and then
Yeah.
people started coming up to me on the street, and normally they would just ask for a photo or like a video to say hi to a friend, but they started being like, can you say where the hell you been, Loca?
And did
I was
you
like,
do it?
what?
Wait, you guys are big on TikTok and you didn't do that TikTok.
No.
Are you being anti-culture about it? Like, are you holding out on
probably-
purpose?
We should probably do that.
We've
We
saved
relate
that
to
one.
TikTok. We're like an old married couple.
Yeah.
It's just like not we just
No, but you're good at it. Come on. You're good.
we
I've
have
seen
fun.
it.
I would not be good at it without her.
You're good at the lip syncing stuff. I've seen.
I appreciate you saying
Yeah.
that. It means a lot.
You're like, it took 17. And by the way, I love your the Halloween costume that you guys did was genius.
Oh.
Like it was so niche, but if you know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like the Timothy Chalamet and Pete
her.
Davidson skirt.
So good.
So good. Did either of them see it?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so good. I was like, I love it. Because they're like niche moments in pop culture that I love bringing, eyes back to. And like that skit of both of them
Incredible.
was just like one of them. Also about your podcast, sorry that we're going over a little bit.
No.
I saw you have a lot of Bachelor people lately. What's the deal? You guys like a huge Bachelor couple? Oh no.
Me.
It's Boy Tay.
It's Boy Tay.
It's Boy Tay. It's you.
I started watching The Bachelor, I mean, from the very beginning.
Really? And
First
you didn't give
season.
up. I gave up at some
I did give up, but I've come back.
When'd you give up?
Teetered.
What season
When
made you quit?
did I give up?
Let me guess.
I can't remember.
Clayton. The double bachelorettes.
We did.
I feel like it honestly was kind of before that too. I don't.
Yeah, it was. I forget whose season it was. It was somebody. No, it was earlier. I think I was working for one. And so
What
then
do you mean working for one?
I was in London shooting a show. So it was tough to keep up with watching. I think it was Dez's season. She was a bachelorette. This was a little bit ago now, for sure.
Oh wow, you've
What
been.
the heck is that?
Wait, so you started this pod and Boy Tay's like, I want to bring on Bachelor people because I want to get the tea.
Kind of. Kind of.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and Girl Tay, you into it too?
I like the show.
Yeah. And do you watch with commercials like Monday nights or whatever? Or do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You don't
we'll
even,
do
like, next
bachelor
day it?
nights. No, we invite people over.
Oh,
we'll do, like,
We
a
love
my
hosting.
God.
That is, if you take anything away from us, we love.
Yeah.
We love.
But no, it's
I know.
been-
I mean, from the game nights.
Yeah.
It's still
Yeah,
the
we
same
love that.
thing. Okay. I want to know just a couple quick questions. Who's stronger in like pop culture stuff between both of you? Who knows more?
Girl time.
Yeah. But that's like, if you were compare me to someone else, then that would
Then you're weak.
be very.
Really? Okay. Does Boy Taylor, from being in the industry for so many years, do you ever get really cool tea that you share with Girl Tay?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I
Or
feel like
like-
Girl Tay doesn't appreciate.
Or like stories of people.
Yeah, stories of people is probably fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. You got some juice.
And what are your icks of each other? Do you have any?
What did I say that one time?
The toilet paper roll or no?
Oh no, how you blow your nose. That was my one.
Oh, yeah.
What is it, like old man vibes? What is
you
it?
You don't want to get into this.
It's just the way he blows. I don't know. The way you blow. I don't know what my ick would be if it wasn't that one.
It used to be that I wouldn't put the toilet paper roll back on after,
Or like the trash.
So where would it be?
Not on.
it would,
Like
be
behind or something?
Yeah, like he just or like he'll take the trash out, but then he won't put a bag
Put a bag, yeah.
back in it. Like
yeah.
he does.
So I
he does
had
for
to
A, not B.
realize, okay, I'm married. I need to replace the trash bag. If the toilet paper roll is gone, I need to immediately throw it away and put the new one on.
Yeah. It is hard work, that thing. The toilet paper thing. I never know. I'm like, do I go throw it out first
Yeah.
and then bring the new one?
Yeah.
Or sometimes I like keep it on. It's a few movements. Do you have an ick of Girl Tay? You
Me
don't.
bugging him to do it.
You don't.
Yeah. I mean, no. I would only say this, but I admit that it's very helpful. She's good at giving me lists of things to do for the day, which I need sometimes. And
You give him lists of things to do for the day.
Yeah, like help around. Yeah, he has told me. He told me one time he was like, make me a list because he'll like Taylor doesn't see like mess. It's just like is there, but I'm like very OCD with.
So it
things.
helps you that she does that.
yeah, I need her to point it out and be like, try and get to this, and this today.
Yeah.
And it's helpful.
That's nice that you say it that way.
Yeah.
That's how you say try to get to this. Wow.
I'll write it on a cute little notepad. I'm like honeydew.
No,
my angels list. Like I'll make it look
Even a
nice.
couple days will go by and I
What?
haven't seen the list, and she'll be like, "Have you seen the list that was on the counter?"
No, I can't. Why are you so cute? I wonder if you'll get less cute with time. Just fucking do it.
Once we have I think I've learned to, or someone told us, like, not to expect the other person to like read your mind. Like you actually have to say like the thing you want them to do.
Yeah.
And I learned that, like, Taylor, like, he doesn't see a mess, which is fine. That's just like how he is. But if that's something that I'm gonna prioritize that I need cleaned, I either need to do it or I need to be
or
like,
just
hey,
be honest with me
like,
about
can
it.
you help me with this? Like, I need you to do that. So that's where the list came from.
Yeah.
And girl Tay, the other thing before we go is that I know you spoke before. You're like, I was meant to be married and have kids. And I saw that you guys talked a little bit about being like nervous about that next step. How are you feeling about it today?
I'm also just like, I feel like there's so much I want to do.
Yeah.
Like in life before that.
And she's crushing it right now with everything she's doing. I think she's just found this like passion and drive that is, you know, so cool to witness. So I think she's just like, yeah, earlier, you know, in earlier years, she was like, I want to get married, have kids.
Right.
Boom, boom, bang, get it done. And
now
I think she's just found this, she's like opened up this whole new part of her that she's absolutely crushing. That I think she's just like, you know, it'll happen when it's the right time.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you're down, Boy Tay, with whatever.
Yes, I'm ready whenever she is.
Which I never thought I would be the hold up.
He's like, I know. You're like, is this a mind game or?
Yeah.
But you guys are crushing it. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
everybody. Go check out their podcast, Squeeze. Is it The Squeeze or Squeeze?
The Squeeze?
The Squeeze.
Yeah.
Get in that.
Dear Media, baby, let's go.
Get in that juice. Get in that tea.
Get in the juice.
Making lemonade out of lemons. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks.